Hello everyone, welcome back to Saddle Up Shooting. I'm Dave Strohmeyer, your host. This is going to be part 3 of my Uintah Precision UPR-15 chambered and 6mm arc. Now I've tried every way there is to get this rifle to not shoot, and I can't do it. I mean, I started out with a bad scope, I started out with a bad magazine, I started out not knowing how to cycle the action, but no matter what I put in it, it shot well. Well, today is the final challenge because I'm going to put in a bullet powder combination that did not shoot well in my other 6mm arc and even my 243s. The target's set up at 100 yards. Let's get shooting. Here's my latest purchase from American Reloading. 243 90 grain tip Game Kings that are pulled. That are 90 grain and they're kind of pretty. Some of them have significant pull marks. Now, I did purchase some in the past that were made for Sig Sauer. They were black with yellow tips and they didn't work very well in the 6mm arc. So I'm giving these a retry using the load data that Sierra now provides, and I'll show that over here to the right. We're going to work it up and see how they shoot in the bolt action in my Uintah Precision 6mm arc, so stay tuned. Okay, lots of new things on the bench. I got a Athlon Rangecraft chronograph on here. I'm going to give that a go. I've got a new magazine. This is the Amend 2 magazine made by a group in Idaho, and this was the magazine that Uintah Precision recommended for a lot smoother cycling. Now this is kind of a funny magazine. It loads like a single stack, and then after you load 3, then it's a double stack on the way down. But it's a single stack to load. Okay, so that took a kind of a learning curve to get to know. All right, I can't say enough good about Uintah Precision as far as their customer service is concerned, the quality of the barrel, quality of manufacturing, and so far it's shot real well. Well, today is a test because the 90 grain Sierra tip Game King has not shot well in my other 6mm rifles, and I'm going to give it a test in the Uintah Precision. If it shoots well in here, then you draw your own conclusions on whether or not you should get one of these. Okay, let me go ahead and get everything situated, turn on the target camera down there, get the Athlon Rangecraft set up. Let's go ahead. Okay, I'm going to start with benchmark powder. Now what's peculiar about these Sierra tip Game Kings is that in the manual that I'll show you here, they show an overall tested length of 2.260. Now that jammed in my rifle, so I had to set it back to 2.200. And I had that experience with some of the Hornady bullets as well that are in 6mm. All right, so here's the first 3 shots with benchmark powder. Again, the target's at 100 yards. Get everything correct here, get the parallax. There we go. All right. First target. Okay, that's 2843. How about that for the cycling action? All it was a magazine issue. All right. I don't know where that hit. I can't see it. You know what? I'm going to pause here and go check because I don't know where it hit. Be right back. Okay, it looks like it hit where it's supposed to there, right there in the bullseye. I couldn't see it at 100 yards. Maybe I'll crank the scope up a little bit more in the power. so that I can see. Remember, I also had a scope issue that I had to fix, and you saw that in a previous video. Alright, second shot. .2872. Cycle's just fine now. Remember all the issues I was having? They're gone. Sorry, Uintah. I wasn't a very good showcase for your rifle, and hopefully today I'll make up for that. Alright, looks to be about a little under 3/4 inch group, and that was 2863. Alright, you know the drill. We'll set up for the next three. Be right back. Okay, here's the last three of the Sierras with benchmark. A max load of 27 grains. According to the book, this is supposed to be right at 2,900 feet per second, and I achieved that on the last shots that you didn't see. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and finish this up, because I've got mixed results with those Sierras. It's not the gun. Maybe a target right next to the last one I shot. .2933. .2922. $29.40. How about that? All right, well, let's go set up now for the CFE 223. I actually have 4 loads, so again, I'll only show you the first 3 and the last 3. All right, let's go set up. Okay, that last group with the benchmark was pretty good. And I got up to a speed of 2940 with an SD of 7. Okay, well, I've got 250 of these Sierra 90 grain tip Game Kings. Where the 90 grain comes into play is 80 grain is just, you know, that's a varmint load. 100 grain and up is more for long distance, but probably pretty good energy on deer. But the 90 grain is right in between, so you get this almost the speed of an 80 grain, but you also get the energy of 100 grain and up. So why not? It's a perfect intermediate round for whatever you're doing. Okay, well, let's go ahead and go to CFE 223. I'm going to start at 30 grains and end at 31 grains, going up in 0.3 of a grain increment. So far the Athlon is working good. The new Amend 2 magazine is working good. And I'll try to stay on the rifle for these first 3 shots and cycle it so that you can see how much it's smoothed out since the first 2 episodes. Okay, here we go. Camera's on down there. It'll be the lower target on the right. Or the right side target, lower left. How's that? Here we go. $29.51 already. Wow. Oh, I'm going to stay on the gun so that you can see it. Okay. Let's get going on this baby. I'm getting excited. Okay, it's going to be at best a 1-inch group. 2939. Oh, I'm going to stay on the gun. Sorry. $29.62. Okay. All right, I'll just show you the last three. So let's go ahead and set up. You know, I've achieved my objective. If I happen to get up to 3,000 feet per second with the CFE 223 load and acceptable accuracy, I'll be more than happy. All right, be back for the last three. Okay, so far the shot groupings down there are mixed, but the SDs are pretty good. Just so you know, I'm using brand new Starline brass. I'm using CCI 450 small rifle Magnum primers. And again, as I explained before, these bullets are set at 2.200, which is 60,000 off of what is in that manual at 2.260. So that could be part of it, but you know, I don't want to jam my bullets into the rifle. That'll cause extreme pressure and really erratic shooting. So I can mess around a little bit with that seating depth on a future video. But so far, mixed results. Some of them are good, some of them are not. But here's the last three shots. By the way, on that last average was 30.65. All right, so CFE does give you some horsepower. All right, here we go now. Last three shots. Be the right-hand target, lower right. No matter what, you'll see the entire target at the end, as usual. All right, let's go ahead, and that last shot was 30.57. Let's see what the Rangecraft says. All right, we've got an interesting target here. My apologies to Uintah Precision. Your gun just flat shoots, and I had to learn how to use it, and now it runs flawlessly. I couldn't be more happy, and I'd give a high recommendation indeed for the Uintah Precision rifle. Okay, over here now, let's go the UPR-15 6mm arc, 90 grain Sierra tip gain king, benchmark powder, 26.4 to 27 grains. Okay, right off the bat, .704 and SD of 12, 2008, 59 feet per second. Then the next load up, 2,900 feet per second. It opened up to 1.04 with an SD of 11. Okay, then the third and final, 2932, an SD of 7, a group of .610, and that's a pretty good little group there, so benchmark worked out really well. Okay, then over here now, this is the CFE 223. Alright, first three shots, .934, an SD of 9, 2951. So right off the bat, we're quite a bit faster, almost 100 feet per second. Alright, that opened up a little bit. That could have been me, who knows. Okay, then average, 2987, an SD of 11, .935. And then 3,028 feet per second, and a group size of .936. Kind of notice here, these groups are about the same size. 934, 935, 936, how's that? Okay, then the best for last, 3,056, an SD of .05, folks. That's an extreme spread of 1. .487 group, and let's take a look at the speed differential. 2932, 3056. So would you want, in this little bitty cartridge, 125 feet per second faster? The answer is heck yes. Well, thanks again. You went to Precision. I'm going to continue on shooting this rifle. It is a home run indeed, and I was able to get the Sierra Tip Game King, my problem bullet, seated shorter, 2.20, to run just fine. So give me a thumbs up, folks. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment if you will. But as always, may God bless you all. See you again next time. Goodbye.